one game up in the lead. And this also means that ONIC will have to pick their battles wisely.
Granger won't be able to Rondo as well. Just so much value coming out of this Minsitthar. It's surprising. All right, but let's see how this plays out. This could completely backfire into our Rrq's side, as Minsitthar hasn't been a priority pick for a very, very long time. We're just gonna have to wait and see how this plays out a little bit more. But ONIC, this is ONIC's game to lose.
Now ONIC, of course, on that back foot, already looking for whatever that they can actually get inside of the jungle. They seem to be pretty much swift on the process, as we are having a solo lane for anti-mage this time around with that Uranus, of course, right down below, as we see the Cho will be handling the top side.
Yep, and anti-mage down onto the bottom side as well. It looks like Rrq was considering actually going for the invade there. However, Kagura is relatively nearby. They might still actually go for this. You know, Vin, he takes the stun initially. Psycho gets quite chunked out to half HP, forcing it out. But luckily, they should be able to take the blue buff.
Yeah, and now here comes the rest of members of Rrq watching right in, looking to actually snatch this buff away. And it seems to be that ONIC will actually come in from behind, looking for LJ as well. He flicks in towards that bush, and now it's going to be Sasa will be actually catching him out for the first blood of the game.
And it's so fast already. They're going to push on through, forcing Vin to flicker on out of here. This is what I was talking about. ONIC needs to be aggressive. They need to show Rrq they aren't afraid. Anti-Mage is going to be the next to fall here. Rrq ain't going to bow out just yet. But notice, you know, Rossi is actually playing the Carmilla this time around.
Yeah. I would say that he's been playing pretty much all right so far, and it's just one kill over on each side, so it's really hard to tell, like, is it really a big win out of that skirmish?
You know, I think it's more of a mental game where it's like, hey, even though we lost, we're still willing to fight you in any corner whatsoever. We're willing to sacrifice members, you know?
Yeah, of course. Let's have a look into it. The replay brought to you by Realme once again. They chased it all the way, as we see Vin, of course, getting pushed all the way back. But Animage, with that sort of flip, of course, eject him all the way back. A little bit unfortunate, I'll say.
Yep, they're just going to have to play this a little more carefully overall. I mean, you know, Sasa is taking his time up on the top side. It looks like they have done a little bit of a lane swap here. Carmilla is going to go into that support position one more time as they go and dive. Lemon here, he quickly pops the King's Glory, but now he can't really get out. He quickly flickers on through, but the Death Sonata is going to secure that kill. LJ pulling him through with the Fatal Links all the way under the turret, but Anti-Mage is using a Uranus. He ain't going down anytime soon.
Yeah, he can't really do everything by himself, and they just have to watch as the turret falls. Well, R7 as well as Sin, they have some good news right there, as they will be able to actually take down this turtle for themselves. Well, CW gets himself a little bit more of that goal lead for his team.
Yeah, and you know what? What's particularly difficult about Minsitthar at this timing could be worse. Oh my goodness! All right, let's look at it on the top side here. Is R7 as well as Vin, and Sin is going to look to take this top tower up. However, ONIC is going to respond as they run up the river through the jungle.
Now we're having animation just crossing, get another wave from inside, just bring some attention from Lemon. I don't think that this is a good timing for him, but he seems to be walking off. Oh my.
He's just getting punted around. Oh, is he going to make it out? Nah, the passive is going to kill him.
Close call, though. I mean, A for effort.
A for effort for sure. A for effort for sure. But you can see, you know, top side is going to come crumbling down here. Rrq want to keep control over this mid lane as much as possible. They do spot a Rassi here in the in the bush, but they want to make sure that this tier 1 goes down, because if it does go down, they're going to have access to both sides of ONIC's jungle, top and bottom.
Yeah, and we're already seeing quite a lot of great point of controls that they can actually take, especially right now over on the river side. We've already seen some occupancy coming in from the side of Rrq, which means Anti-Mage will have to give this one away. But over the top side, though, there's a catch for R7.
Yeah, and now they're going to slowly go through the bottom side. They're trading turrets, and it looks like they're recalling to respond. They steal the red buff, but, you know, Rrq, they know exactly what they need to do. They also have to do the exact same thing, and they get a kill onto the Uranus as well. LJ just setting up these dives perfectly for Sin to snag these kills.
Yeah, beautiful stuff coming in. Well, just one pickoff after another, and now they just arrived to the scene. Oh, almost close enough to actually snatch that one away. Now look for CW, as every one of these members of Rrq looking for the chase. But but there's going to be a little bit more of that distance as they focus over on Sasa. Sasa will be taken out there by LJ, and now that's definitely a high time that they retreat.
A very calm fight overall. Both sides understand, like, okay, I've used my abilities. There's nothing more I can get. I've already gotten the kill. I'm going to back away.
Yeah. And now over on towards both sides, both 4 kills each. It seems to be a slugfest, but if we are looking at some of all these goals, it is definitely covering towards the side of Rrq Hoshi thus far, as they managed to actually take down all of those tier 1 turrets.
Yeah, and you can see ONIC again responding this time. Rrq in the backside. King's Glory has been popped down to kind of delay the push from the side of ONIC, so they can't really go for the hard engage here. You know, Uranus on the other side just buying a lot of time, being very, very frustrating to deal with, and R7 is there to respond.
Yeah, Animage just cutting through waves after waves. But, you know, I'm looking at ONIC here. They really got to make sure that they stay in a pretty far distance before getting caught there by the likes of LJ, which have already posted threat time and time again, and it looks like there's something going on the bot side.
Are they going to pick up Anti-Mage here once more? He isn't slowing down. Oh, the spinning light wheel does go through, and last abilities do come out from Vin. Unfortunately, even with the flicker, he was just a little, the angle was just a little bit off.
Yeah, and speaking of angles here, I'm not sure which angle would they actually pull off this flank, but Kagura might just be actually caught out. Psycho's going to be able to run away. But of course, they've already got what they needed here coming from ONIC side, as they will be able to actually take out the top side tower. And Psycho, wrong way.
Yeah, there's just nothing he can do at that point. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. He tries to, if he goes to the lane, he gets flicked around by Jawhead. If he hops over the wall, he just buys a little bit more time. But at the end of the day, it's just still wasn't enough. He knew it was inevitable. Oh wait, LJ actually getting caught out here. Quickly, Alice, can he actually survive? With 1 HP, he actually survives. And CW is actually trying to get quite a bit with a Death Sonata. Very big hits both Lemon as well as LJ, and they're both going to be going down, as Vin is going to be the next on the chopping block. The Raw go into the next ability. Oh my goodness, CW is just going absolutely wild here.
It's great to finally see ONIC actually securing a convincing team fight. With that, they managed to secure that turtle with them, and perhaps this mid lane should be theirs for the taking right now, as long as they manage to escort that sort of wave, which of course this is goal being favored upon them right now.
Yep, and you know, CW is so close to finishing off that Blade of Despair. Look at that, he goes in, and he goes in instantaneously. Sasa just kicks him out in the backline, but now everything is going, oh no, so badly, as Vin pushes them out. Anti-Mage trying to get R7, even though he has tried to go for the ejector, and he's kind of trapped. He can't really do much. He's just getting slow constantly, and Rrq should be able to help pick this kill up with the help of Anti-Mage.
Well, it seems like some of these plans by Rrq Hoshi has already backfired so much. They walked straight in towards the side of ONIC, and right now, they are looking stronger than ever. They are not giving up without a fight. Now, look at the goal graph. It's shooting, spiking towards the blue side.
Yeah, it's going up and down between both of these teams. Like, nobody's really getting a solid lead over the other. And, you know, this is kind of what I wanted to see from ONIC Esports here. They just needed to be aggressive. They needed to take the fights. And now Rrq, they have to play the exact same game ONIC is.
Well, we're looking at potential catch-over on the side of Anti-Mage, but do mind that Rrq has already arrived at the scene, and now LJ is still going for the catch as well, trying to actually stun over the side of Rrq. Rrq still having some help to actually work with. Well, they will just disconnect and disengage out of it.
They're doing a really good job here, and the Blade of Despair just got bought by CW. On top of the fact that he has red buff as well, he is looking in prime position to take control over this game in comparison to Sin just with the range alone. So he's got to make sure he lands his abilities.
Well, speaking of abilities here, of course, I'm looking to see how Minsitthar will need to actually go in to catch people off on those sort of crucial fights. And speaking of that, Lord might just be that arena for them to actually duke it all out.
Yeah, and you see Rrq once again, Sin gets another pick here. Really nicely done. Lemon also pops the King's Glory just to make sure that there's no way No way for Sasa to get on out there. They get another kill in the Carmilla as well. Razzie just out of position, gets punished for it.
Now Flicker coming out from the side of LJ. They are actually soaking so much damage coming from the side of CW as well. A couple of deaths now have already been shot out. They might just actually secure the kill over on the side of LJ, but instead return kill, and the favor has been dealt with. Double for the side of R7, and of course Sin is just coming right in, shredding those damage and chasing ONIC Esports away.
The flavor and spice coming out from R7, flickering, getting the ejector as well into the smart missiles to secure the kill onto a core member there. Really just well done.
Yeah, of course, with that big victory over on towards that river, they managed to secure the Lord. So they are back on track. And speaking of which, sit here, Wolves.
It looks like that Lemon was actually pushing into the top turret, so it looks like they're going to be securing that top turret for themselves.
Yeah, and whether or not they actually got that, it's kind of hard to tell as of right now, but we're going to have to wait and see. Oh, look, looks like it's already back here. And CW helping to push onto the mid side of the map, ONIC making sure that they're actually taking the fights against Rrq all the time. And you can see Lord, yes, they did take that turret. Lord is going to crash into that top wave.
And of course, they're just taking it slowly. They really want to balance off the mid lane as well. They've already got a mid for sure, so that's going to be buying enough of that space for them to actually create. And here comes LJ.
He goes right in. LJ doesn't. Oh, he does. He secures. He does pull them into the King's Glory. That's looking pretty good. Razzie can't really get out of this until he walks away from that King's Glory. But once again, the most important member, CW, is still alive. Oh no, he gets pulled into the sun. Really nicely done. R7 and Lemon. Great catch by Lemon. Oh my goodness. They're going to end the game right here.
Oh my, well, the rest of ONIC has already been occupied, and these two members over the top side will be able to secure 2 back-to-back wins at Rrq Hoshi.